So in order to acid wash, first we're going to take our screen, which is this piece right here, out of our bleach barrel, and we're going to put it into a bucket of just plain water to start with. I've already filled this bucket about 1/3 of the way. Again, it's just plain water from either a pool or a hose. Then I'm going to come over here. I'm going to turn my dolphin feeder all the way up to a 10. And turn it on. I'm wearing my yellow wristband. I'm going to let all of the water drain out of the bucket, and then we'll keep going from there. Again, make sure you have your yellow wristband on because you do have the dolphin feeder on at a 10. So our bucket's almost completely empty at this point. I've gone ahead and turned off the dolphin feeder. I still have it at a 10, so I'm still wearing my yellow wristband. I'm going to go ahead and take the screen out of the bucket. I'm going to put it on the ground. We don't want to put it back into our bleach barrel. The whole point of putting it through a water system first is you want to get all of the bleach inside and outside of the line out. That way when we put acid into our barrel for the next part, we're not mixing chemicals. We never ever want to mix chemicals, and if you were to mix bleach and acid, it can cause a really bad reaction. So I'm going to go fill up the bucket again, and I'm going to leave my screen on the ground. So I've gone ahead and filled up my bucket, again, 1/3 of the way. I've put on my goggles because I'm about to use acid, and so I always be making sure I'm wearing goggles when I'm using chemicals. I'm going to go ahead and pour about 6 to 10 seconds of acid into the bucket. Again, make sure you're always using acid to pour into the water, not the other way around. An easy way to remember is you can only pour acid into your pool. You can't pour your pool into the acid barrel. So again, make sure you're pouring acid into the water. Then I can go ahead and put this screen back into the bucket, turn the dolphin feeder back on. It's still at a 10, still have my yellow wristband on, and I can let the bucket drain completely of that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. So the bucket's basically empty at this point. I can go ahead and turn my dolphin feeder off. Once the bucket's empty, again, I'm going to take the siphon screen out of the bucket. This time, since it does have some acid water remaining on it, I'm going to be careful of where I put it. I may even go over with some fresh water on the floor once I'm done. I'll put that on the ground. Go ahead, fill my bucket up again with 1/3 of just water, no acid in it this time. And we're going to put our dolphin feeder back onto a 10, which I'll do in a second. And we're going to let that run through the entire system again. This is to clear the acid out of our line so that when we put it back in our bleach barrel, we don't have that acid-bleach mix, which again would become a really big problem and cause a bad reaction. So never mix chemicals. Always make sure you do the bucket of water before and the bucket of water after. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on a 10 now. So like I just said, I've just gone and filled up my bucket again with that 1/3 of just water by itself, putting my screen back into the bucket and turning it onto a 10 and letting it drain all the way through and get into my system. So the bucket's basically empty again. At this point, I can go ahead and turn my dolphin feeder off, shake this off a little bit, and go ahead and put it back into my bleach barrel. This last mixture, again, was just water, so no acid, so I'm good to go ahead and put it in my bleach barrel. Again, I'm still wearing my yellow wristband because my dolphin feeder was at a 10. Now that we're done acid washing, I'm going to make sure I turn it down to regular setting, which should be about a 1. Put it on a 1, I can take my yellow wristband off and put it back. And then I can make sure I turn the dolphin feeder back on, and we're good to go. Okay, so we just finished acid washing. So to explain why we do that, we need to know how bleach works. When our dolphin feeder isn't running continuously because it's on a 1, so it's not just continuously circulating the bleach into our pool, that means that bleach is sitting in our line, and as it sits, sometimes it can harden and get crystallized, and that can happen in this mechanism right here as well. This is called an injection fitting, just so that you guys are aware of that. But when bleach hardens and crystallizes in here, it blocks our bleach line and our injection fitting, and so we acid wash each week to clear out all of that hard bleach that's stuck in there and make sure that our pool can be properly chlorinated each week.